He was a simple black father, living an ordinary life, until one rainy night changed everything. A mysterious girl appeared at his door, alone, silent, and carrying a secret that could unravel the lives of everyone involved. What he didn't know would shatter his world and expose harsh truths about wealth, race, and identity, truths many wish to keep hidden. This wasn't just a story about kindness. It was a journey into a reality few dare to face. Who was this girl really? And how far would fate take them both? James was a man shaped by resilience. Every wrinkle on his face told a story of hard work, sacrifice, and a love that ran deeper than words. Living in a modest neighborhood far from the glittering city skyline, he'd spent years building a life for his children. Two bright, hopeful kids who saw their father as a hero, even when the world outside seemed determined to tell them otherwise. His days started early and ended late. Factory shifts, bills, school runs. There was little time for rest. Yet every night, no matter how tired, James made sure his home was a sanctuary. A place where laughter could drown out the noise of prejudice. Where love wasn't limited by circumstance. But beneath the calm surface of his routine, James felt the pulse of a world that often judged him before knowing him. A world that measured him not by his character, but by the color of his skin and the zip code he lived in. Still, hope clung to him like a lifeline. That night, as the rain began to fall heavier and heavier, James was settling in when a sudden knock shattered the quiet. Opening the door, he found a girl, her clothes soaked, eyes wary yet searching. No explanation, no story, just a presence that seemed to hold 1,000 unspoken words. James didn't hesitate. Despite the unknown, his instinct was clear: she needed shelter. Inside his small living room, the atmosphere shifted. The girl's silence was a quiet storm, filling every corner with unanswered questions. James offered her a towel, some dry clothes, but she accepted none of it fully, her gaze distant, as if carrying the weight of a secret too heavy for words. Outside, the neighborhood buzzed with whispers and sideways glances. The community, bound together by shared struggles, was quick to judge. Who is she? Why is James risking everything for a stranger? The murmurs weren't just gossip. They carried undercurrents of suspicion and fear. Fear of the unfamiliar, fear of what they didn't understand. For James, these stares weren't new, but tonight, they cut deeper. As hours passed, the girl's guarded demeanor began to crack in small ways. A brief smile when James's youngest offered her a cookie, a flash of warmth as she watched the children play. Yet, the mystery remained. Why had she come here? Where was she running from? James's heart ached with a father's intuition. This girl wasn't just lost, she was hiding. And whatever past she carried, it was about to collide with a present none of them could ignore. Suddenly, a sharp knock echoed from the door. Unlike before, this was different, urgent, demanding. A man stood there, impeccably dressed, radiating authority and control. His eyes scanned the room, landing on the girl with a cold familiarity. He claimed her, insisting she was his daughter, a secret hidden from the world. James felt his blood run cold. The man's presence was a stark reminder of the invisible lines drawn by wealth and power, lines that people like him were not meant to cross. This wasn't just a confrontation, it was a collision of worlds, one built on privilege, the other on survival. The girl looked to James, searching for protection, for hope. And in that fragile moment, James realized this night was no longer just about shelter. It was about standing up against a system designed to silence and divide. The man's voice cut through the room with steel, demanding, dismissive, cruel. His words carried the weight of entitlement, a cold reminder that money often buys more than comfort. It buys control. James's refusal to surrender the girl was met with thinly veiled threats, a silent warning that his kindness came with consequences. Fear and anger tangled inside James like a storm. He was no stranger to injustice. He'd faced it all his life, but this was different. This was a direct challenge to his dignity, to his right to protect the vulnerable. The room felt smaller, the air thicker, as two forces clashed, privilege versus perseverance. And then, the girl spoke. Her voice fragile but steady, she revealed her identity, not just a runaway, but the hidden daughter of the millionaire man at the door. Her secret existence was a shield, a way to escape a world that couldn't accept her because of who she truly was. James's heart broke at the weight of her truth, the pain of being invisible, of living a life defined by secrets and lies. But beneath that heartbreak grew a fierce resolve. He wouldn't let fear dictate this night. He wouldn't let prejudice steal this moment of humanity. The tension snapped, voices rising, but James held his ground. Outside, the neighborhood watched in silence, the air charged with unspoken history, the echoes of generations who had fought for dignity, only to face walls built by ignorance and hate. In that electric moment, James understood the true fight wasn't just for one girl. It was for every soul trapped behind labels and barriers. The night hung on the edge of change, fragile yet full of promise. The storm outside finally eased, but inside, the impact of that night rippled far beyond James's doorstep. The girl left with the man, back into a world of wealth and secrets. But something in James had shifted forever. He wasn't just a man who took in a stranger that night. He was a witness to the painful truths of race and class, to the hidden battles fought behind closed doors. And he was a father who refused to be invisible, who chose courage over fear. James stood alone in the quiet street, feeling the weight of generations, those who had endured injustice, those who had fought silently, and those still waiting for a change. His story wasn't unique, but it was a call to action. This story belongs to all of us. It's a mirror reflecting a society still grappling with division, prejudice, and inequality. It asks us to look harder, to listen deeper, and to stand stronger. Will we allow kindness to break down the walls? Or will we turn away, letting stories like this fade into silence? The choice is ours, and the time to act is now.